So we need to work on our Crystal Violet Kinetics lab. And the first thing that we need to do for Crystal Violet Kinetics is to make a standard curve that we can then use to calculate concentrations of crystal violet. So what I have done here is I've highlighted the data that we will need to make our chart for the first curve. You can set your data up exactly the way that I did. If you go under Insert and you hit Chart, you can see that a chart pops up, but this is not the right chart. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the chart type. We're going to scroll down and we're going to select Scatter. Okay, now our chart looks more like we expect it to look. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go under Customize. And we're going to select Chart Axis and Titles. And there are various things that you can click on. We're going to start with Chart Title, and we're going to put Crystal Violet Standard Curve. Okay, and after we're done with that, we're going to go on to Horizontal Axis Title. Now this time, in order to get to the horizontal axis that I want, I'm going to move this out of the way and I'm going to grab this. And I'm going to grab all of this. And originally, the way that I got this into the file was actually to copy it from Google Docs. And that's exactly what you're going to do, because it doesn't actually allow you to type in things like that in this format. So micromolar cannot be typed in. Therefore, if you copy it from somewhere else, then you can get it in there. So I have now included the horizontal axis title. And then for vertical axis title, you're going to type in absorbance. Okay. Then you will notice that we don't have a line yet. So we have to make a line for our graph. So we're going to go under Series, and we're going to add a trend line. And we're going to leave it as a linear trend line. We're going to add Show the R Squared. And we're going to go under Label, and we're going to put Use Equation. This is the most important part of the graphing form, is that we actually do need the equation because we're going to use it to calculate all the concentrations of crystal violet that we do for the kinetics experiment. So at this point, we now have a graph, so we can click out of this, and we can move our graph wherever we want to by clicking and dragging. And the other thing to remember is if you notice something later, like you mistyped or whatever, you can always go under Edit Chart. So it's never like you can't edit it once you make it and put it in there. The other thing that I want to show you is that if you want to actually make a document, a Google Doc, that has your lab write-up and you want to include these graphs in it, it's actually quite easy. So if you go under this file and I make a new Google Doc, okay, and you can make it wherever you like in your Google Drive, you can then, and I'm just going to tab down a little bit, you can then go under Insert and you can put in any chart that you've created from Sheets. And you will notice that a whole bunch of stuff is going to pop up. And I'm going to select one thing, which is the Crystal Violet Lab. And I've made quite a few things in this. So the last thing that I made is this one. And I'm going to import it. And now your graph appears in your document like you will want it to for the formal report that you will be sending in to me. Okay, so this is how you're going to create a Google Doc that you can then type anything in and also add all of your graphs. And at this point, I'm going to stop because I will move on to the kinetics portion in a moment. And I just wanted to talk about the standard curve here.